The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships from Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Greece, Penfield, Fairport, and Canandaigua. Online at visionauto.com. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us with the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucker. Every week at this time, we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 in Monroe County. We begin with our honor roll of high school teams. Number 3 this week, Rush Henrietta Hockey was unbeaten through its first 4 games. Derek Smith scored a hat trick in a win over Geneseo. Number 2, Fairport Wrestling. Hot off its win at the Merino tournament in Webster, the Red Raiders won their own 9-team dual meet tournament with an 8-0 record. Behind the Killer Bees, Jacob Bell, Zach Barker, Anthony Bell, and Billy Bolia, who all won in their weight classes. And at number 1, Harley-Allendale Columbia's boys basketball team, the Wolves are off to a 4-0 start and beat traditionally powerful Bloomfield for the first time in 5 years. Which brings us to the School of the Arts, where the Silverhawks play for a song. These are some of the sights and sounds at Rochester's School of the Arts. This and this. This year, surprisingly perhaps, they are complementing each other quite nicely.
It takes a special breed to be able to do music and athletics, to combine the two and stay focused on your craft.
On the basketball side, things are going great for the Silverhawks. They were the first Section 5 team to 7 wins. 7-0, in fact, playing in Class A2 with the likes of College Prep, Newark, and HFL. Count SOTA among the many teams from the city with championship aspirations.
I think we still got some growing to do. We can compete. If we can get better and do the little things, I'm hoping that the Lord will bless us to be there in the end.
There's the perception that a school specializing in the arts can't at the same time perform well in athletics. SOTA is proving that wrong.
A lot of people get that perception. I don't see how, but they do. It just means that you have more talents than one. We actually got a lot of great basketball players at SOTA. Whether they play for the team or not, we still got a good few players who don't play, and they're pretty good. They just multi-talented students here.
Hark, the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away, Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold, ding dong, that is the song, with gentle rain, dark carolyn, 160.
Williams is one of those, a vocal major.
You got choir class, you got music theory, you got voice recitals. You pretty much got to take classes in. At the end of every market period, they give you a grade on your recital, and they give you like foreign language songs, different songs in which is basically songs in different languages, and you sing them, and you get a grade on it by focus, breath support, eye contact, different things like that.
Al Nash came over to coach the Silverhawks from Freddie Thomas in the constant reshuffling of the city school district's assets that saw both Thomas and Marshall High Schools close. Nash has a music background too.
I don't know if that helped or not, but yes, back when I was younger, I marched drum and bugle corps. I played in the Franklin band for a while before I actually became more of a committed athlete. So yeah, I got a little bit of musical background.
All students at Rochester School of the Arts choose fields of study among creative writing, dance, drama, music, theater technology, and the visual arts. And a few even find time to excel at basketball.
I like it. It's a nice experience. Like I said, there's not a lot of art school in the Rochester area, so it's a nice thing to come here and be able to sing while playing basketball.
To Clover Lanes next, where size doesn't matter, when the Vision Automotive Group's high school sports beat continues. Welcome back and thanks for joining us for the Vision Automotive Group's high school sports beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Time now for our honor roll of high school athletes. Our top three for the week. At number 3, Ryan Cosgrove became the Churchville-Chili hockey team's first 100 career point player. The Saints won 4, their first 5 out of the gate. At number 2, Princella McCullough of Bishop Kearney's exceptional girls basketball team. Princella had 22 rebounds in a win over Buffalo Sacred Heart. And at number 1, Brandon Corey of Spencerport Hockey had 4 goals and an assist against the aforementioned Churchville-Chili Saints. The Rangers scored a 5-3 upset victory. Which brings us to Clover Lanes, where it is not the size of the bowler in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the bowler. Here's Dan Fates.
Among the packed alleys at Clover Lanes, one bowler stands tall. Figuratively, meet one of the top bowlers in Section 5, 7th grader Cam Hurwitz. You can use any cliche that you want, but don't let his size fool you. Cam Hurwitz is one serious bowler.
Have you ever had a bowler like Cameron?
Not coming up in 7th grade, as polished of a bowler that he is, and he's really excited and into it and ready to go. As soon as he stepped down the lane and he was ready to go, first day. Just watching him on the weekends, I'm like, oh, can't wait to have him come up and through our program, and here he is, finally here.
Standing a whopping 4'8", Cam leads all bowlers in Division III with a 217 average, and just last week bowled a 772 series. And even though it's Cam's first year on varsity, he's been around the team for a while, watching his older brother.
Cameron, he actually was hanging around the lanes and watching for 3 years. He was watching his older brother do varsity, biting at the bit, and this is his opportunity to get out there as a 7th grader and bowl. So it's really exciting.
It was a good feeling being able to watch my brother, but I was anxious to get on the lanes.
Unlike most brothers, there's no sibling rivalry here.
It's cool bowling with my brother, and it's okay bowling as a 7th grader. I'm just way smaller than everybody else.
I've been waiting all my life for him to finally be on the team that I've loved and have a lot of passion in, and he just blows everyone away, and he blows me away too. I love that he's on the team with me. It's great. I'm always rooting for him. Everything he does, I'm happy for. So it's a good brotherhood.
Cam is wiser beyond his years and bigger than his body leads you to believe. And at the end of the day, Cameron even brings bowling home with him.
We set up a little mini bowling alley in our basement. We got 2 elliptical, like working out stuff in our basement, and right in between it we got a full-on bowling lane. We got strings in the middle of them, full-on re-racker on its own. You just pull a string, you're good to go. It's a lot of fun.
He just loves bowling, though. He'll talk about bowling nonstop. He goes home and he bowls. He goes to buddy's house, he bowls, and that's what he wants to do. It's great.
While Cam anchors the Barons, Reese is no slouch of a bowler himself. Last January, at the age of 14, he bowled his first 300 game. And just this week, he had a 731 series himself. The Hurwitz boys have even been noticed by the pros, including the time of their life, when their idol, Bowling Hall of Famer Norm Duke, came to visit.
Well, we've actually looked for some clinics to go to in the past, and we found this, he runs a clinic called the Next Level Bowling Clinic, and we enjoyed it so much, and he was pairing up with Rhino Page, and so the 2 of them did a full-day clinic, and we did that in Massachusetts, and we thought, you know, let's look for another one, and when we couldn't find one locally, we thought we would bring one to Clover Lanes. So we managed to have that happen, and we were very lucky. He and Rhino came in May. Norm actually even got to come to our house, and he signed the boys' wall. So that was really, really thrilling to have Cameron's and Reese's idol right there in their own bedrooms.
Right when he came to my house, our hearts were pounded, didn't know what to say, had to be real quiet. He signed our walls, and it just made our day, made our year, everything.
To say the least, Cam and Reese have Brighton bowling back on the map with big dreams ahead of them.
What's your first year on varsity been like?
It's been amazing. Absolutely amazing.
As soon as we get off the bus, bowling, we come here, go home, bowling. It's all of our life. That's it. It's great.
For the Vision High School Sports Beat, I'm Dan Fates.
Kim Burnson from the break room joins us next when the Vision High School Sports Beat continues.
And we're back. Thanks for watching Vision's High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for our Making the Grade segment, where we honor a student every week for their performance both on and off the playing field. This week, Making the Grade honors Bridget Merriman of Penfield for her tremendous courage and dedication to her community. Bridget is a junior and two-sport athlete where she's a co-captain for both the varsity swim and dive team as well as JV lacrosse last spring. She has outstanding grades and is co-editor-in-chief of her high school's national award-winning paper. But it's what she does outside of the classroom and outside of athletics that sets her apart. Bridget is a cancer survivor. She's heavily involved with fundraising for research and works with the Golisano Children's Hospital to help motivate kids who battle cancer. While most teens host big, lavish parties for their 16th birthday, Bridget asked for one thing: a donation instead of a gift. This raised over $1,000 for various organizations close to her and her family. Not only is she making a difference in her own community, but her family runs their own charity called Chemo for Kids. All proceeds help fund a pediatric ward at a hospital in Ethiopia. For her selflessness and courage in the fight against cancer, this week Bridget Merriman is making the grade. If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want to hear from you. Contact us at info@classywolf.com. I'm Kim Burnson, and now here's Bill with a look at our Section 5 calendar.
It's basketball tournament week. The best of the boys look to be at Webster Thomas. The Titans play host to Franklin, Pittsford, Mendon, and Edison. Games Monday at 5 and 7 with the championship Tuesday at 7. On the girls' side, we like the Mendon Holiday Classic. The Vikings bring in Fairport, HFL, and Hilton. 6 and 7:30 games on Monday. The championship tilt is Tuesday at 7:30. Spencerport hosts its annual Tyke Burnaby Wrestling Tournament. Gates, Grease, and Irondequoit join a good out-of-section field. Friday brings the start of the Alpine ski season at Bristol Mountain. And indoor track action comes to RIT with Saturday sessions at 10 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Coming up, the counties come early. It's the Monroe County Wrestling Championships. It's our all-sports high school game of the week when the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat continues. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us with the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. They moved the County Wrestling Championships up last year to kind of put some distance between it and the Sectionals and the Super Sectional Championships. Nevertheless, besides the Super Sectionals, this is the best wrestling tournament locally of the year, and it is our all-sports high school game of the week. They are the 90 best wrestlers in Monroe County. The county championships taking place before Christmas.
When we had it before, in the format that it was before, it was more competitive at the time. But it was so close to sectionals and then the super sectional tournament. It felt like we wrestled at the same tournament 3 times in a row. So moving it back before Christmas gave us an opportunity to spread that out a little bit. And so I like seeing new teams at this time of year rather than later on.
Until recently, this wasn't much of a tournament. Spencerport dominated, winning 20 in a row. But 2 years ago, Fairport snapped that streak, and Hilton dominated last year. Those two would fight it out again.
I'm just excited for the opportunity to be where we're at. We came here with 12 guys. We had 1 injury, and 10 of them are in this round right now. So, we just keep hustling and hope the cards fall our way.
The numbers look good, don't they?
Well, I don't count my chickens before they hatch, so I'm hopeful that we perform and everything else will fall right into place, hopefully.
To the matches. Spencerport was represented in just one championship match this year, but was well represented. Freshman Tyler Mitchell is the face of the Rangers these days. 14-2 and a defending 2013 county champion, Mitchell scored a first period pin of Victor's Dylan Callahan at 106 pounds.
I wanted to go out pin the kid, and I ended up pinning the kid. Snapped him range of front headlock, and ended up getting him to a cradle and pinning him.
You were the one Spencerport kid in the finals today, and we're used to, back in the old days, seeing a lot of Spencerport. Is this a program that's trying to build itself back up, or what's the feeling within it?
Yeah, we got a lot of young kids on our team. We're definitely trying to build our program back up, and there's a lot of young, talented kids coming up.
The battle in the team points race picked up at 120 pounds, where Hilton's Austin Hurdle had his hands full with Victor's Mike Venosa. Venosa was a sectional champion last year and undefeated this season. He remained so with a 3-0 win over Austin. Hilton began the championship round trailing Fairport by a mere 12.5 points. They picked up 5 when two-time state champion Yanni Diakomohalis dominated another undefeated state-ranked wrestler, Penfield's Parker Kropman. The Cornell-bound sophomore scored 5 first-period points on his way to a 10-1 win.
Last year, we were very good, so, it wasn't as competitive. But this year, we're in a tight team race with Fairport, and it makes it really exciting. So I feel like every match matters. It's really exciting. I like it. I like the pressure.
Hilton had 6 wrestling in the championship round. Fairport had 3, but the Raiders' depth mattered here. They had 7 more wrestling in 3rd and 5th place matches. Hilton had only 1. At 132 pounds, Fairport's Zach Barker defeated Webster Schroeder's Tommy Lancey 6-3.
Tommy's a good kid. I trained with him over the summer a little bit. It's tough to wrestle him just because we've gotten to know each other, and our styles clash a little bit, but it's always fun.
Fairport's next 2 matches were huge. At 138, James Arau scored a second-period reversal for 2 points and then held on for a 2-1 win over Rush Henrietta's Adrian Felder.
I didn't really feel it slipping. I was just trying to be quite honest, I was trying to get more points just to try to help the score out for my team and stuff like that, but it ended up being 2-1 at the end. I felt pretty comfortable though.
Hey, that was really the story today, wasn't it? Getting points for the team, right?
Yeah. I don't know how we are right now, but we're very close with Hilton, and every point counts at this point.
Then at 152, 17-1, Anthony Bell of Fairport took on Victor's Stevie Hetelakaitis. It was a grueling match that went 1-1 into overtime, where Bell, on his 18th birthday, finally prevailed. Those 4 points for the win were absolutely crucial.
My coach always told me nickel and dime points when you can and when you can't. So when I almost had to give up when I was on top, I almost had to give it up, but he rolled back into it, and that's just how it went.
While Hilton wrestlers Giacomo Hollis and Louis Dupre claimed outstanding wrestler honors, Fairport, by the slimmest of margins, a mere 1.5, won the Monroe County Wrestling Championship. It was the Raiders' 3rd major title of the young season. They won tournaments in Webster and their own in Fairport. The next big event, sectionals, in February.
We'd like to thank our partners at the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible.
As do you. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next week.